I strongly believe that Xtreme Trader is on its way to become one of the leaders in giving Forex signals and to become one of the best in the world in this field. These greens and these results are really outstanding, and actually the signals, my friends, have actually witnessed a significant improvement and enhancement in 2023. As you can see, my friends, for example, right here, as you can see, for example, the Euro NZD take profit number 3 is 220 pips. And Euro AUD JPY hit take profit number 2 55 pips. Euro NZD hit take profit number 2 100 pips. And also right there, Euro JPY take profit number 2 110 pips. What we can see right here also, I wanted to show you something else. Let me just try to find it. It's here in the signals. As you can see here, Euro USD take profit number 1 is 67 pips. That's really amazing. That means, my friends, that right now our signals are all actually based on this setup. We are actually deciding the stop loss and the take profit level based on this setup. In the past, we used to give a fixed amount of take profit and stop loss, which was actually not really good. And I was actually trying my best to avoid that, and finally we have been able to find the best way to provide you with the signals in this shape, as you can see. And thankfully we have been able to recover any losses happened last week, and we have made this week 694 pips of profit. Outstanding performance. And as you can see, my friends, the risk to reward ratio has been added right now to the signals, which means those who have actually traded our signals, they have made 1.5% growth in their account if they have actually let the signal of Euro USD to hit take profit number 1 only. Imagine what more. So again, excellent performance, and actually the comeback is real. And as you can see, thankfully we are now receiving now a lot of happy messages from our clients who are actually enjoying the experience with Xtreme Trader. So again, I want to show you also these signals which we have sent earlier, the before and after. For example, here CHF JPY, we have sent the signal to start buying from here. I think it hasn't busted yet. Okay. I want to show you something else. I want to show you here, for example, USD CHF still from that level. And as you can see, this is the Euro JPY, CHF JPY. I am sure it's here. I don't want to mess it up right now. As you can see, I wanted to show you, my friends, the happy messages from the clients. Slowly but surely, second day results. He is happy with the results. And even right here, as you can see, first day very happy with the results and your signal accuracy, even your stop loss management. Looking forward to a good trading journey with you. So again, I'm so happy with the experience of Xtreme Trader. I hope you guys will enjoy it also, and will give a try to the new shape of Xtreme Trader signals. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. So of course, not only the premium group or the VIP group did well, my friends, even the signals which I have sent here on YouTube for free on the last midweek analysis video done really well. And I want to highlight the power of trend lines, as I have stated in the last video, which, by the way, I want to show you my big disappointment here. 1 second. This right here, this one. This video, my friends, find the perfect buy and sell in Forex using trend lines. This video is really highly informative, yet the views actually were barely 1,000. Actually, I was refreshing the YouTube page, and after even 1 or 2 hours, I just see only 15 views or 20 views maximum increasing. I mean, that's really disappointing. I mean, I felt like everyone here, or actually most of the viewers here, are actually looking for the big fish. They just want signals. They just want to tell them to buy here and sell there. They really don't want to do the hard work and to analyze the market by themselves. I think, sadly, this is what the channel become to. Xtreme Trader is actually an educational platform. We are actually teaching people here how to trade Forex and how to scalp and how to do the live trading. Unfortunately, some of them, actually even not most of them, have actually become signal reliers. I mean, they are relying on these signals, which is really sad. I want to show you, my friends, the videos of Xtreme Trader. I want to show you how can I show here Popular. Shall I go popular? Here, this one, for example. As you can see, most of the viewed videos are actually educational videos, all explaining support and resistance. 44 minutes scalping the market, the secrets to become a great forex trader, using Ichimoku in scalping the market, scalping gold strategy, 20 pips a day, using the currency strength, and a lot of educational materials are actually, unfortunately, now it's become wasted. Now, sadly, the channel is become just a signal provider, which I really don't like. Signals is just a service that we are providing in this channel, but this channel is mainly for educational purpose. So again, I don't want to go in the topics. I wanted to show you that this support trend line, I actually have drawn this line before the midweek analysis video. And as you can see, the reversal was so accurate exactly on that support trend line. Even though I gave you the signal to start buying from here, but the market has reversed exactly from the level of a support trend line. So understanding these support trend lines is really highly important. Anyway, let me just show you also what happened in the market. Pound USD, my friends, was also a perfect signal, and it has reversed exactly from the buy level and went in about 117 pips of profit. AUD USD also has been triggered and almost reached the take profit level, making total of 126 pips of profit. USD CAD has also been triggered and almost hit the take profit level, making about 95 pips of profit. Of course, the USD CHF and USD JPY have failed. The gold has actually went in the right direction without triggering our buy area. Anyway, let's see now what we can do next in the market this week, and let's now begin with the Euro USD. So of course I have to get rid of the old signal, and let's see now what we can do next in the market. Let's go now to the weekly chart. Now the weekly chart shows us, of course, a very strong bullish movement right here above that level of a resistance, exactly right here at 1.07629. Now, if we look at this bullish breakout candle, the nearest support level that we can see actually to that bullish breakout candle lies exactly right here, exactly again at 1.07629. And if we scroll more to the left side, we can notice how this was actually a strong real level of a support. This was, of course, a real level of a support. Here also a real level of a support. And this right here, my friends, what happened? The market is still active. Oh, the market is still alive. Actually, it's now 1:45 a.m. and I thought the market has already closed. It's okay. It's all right, no problem. And as you can see, this was, of course, a fake breakout, and this, of course, the real level of a support. That means that the Euro USD is most likely going to make a bearish movement or a pullback to retest the broken level of a resistance, and that level of a support is going to be respected. But however, let's now move to the daily chart to see that in details. So again, on the daily chart, as we can see right there, the market, my friends, oh my goodness, the market has already retested that level of a support. So meaning on the weekly chart, we can see that we are actually expecting the direction to be bullish. However, to confirm the entry is going to be relying actually on the daily and 4-hour time frame. So on the daily chart, we can see the market has already retested that level of a support and already became a support number 1. That means that we should actually consider buying on the same level of a support. So moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Now we will confirm our entry. Now what we can do next is simply drag this level of a support line to be exactly right there. Now what I will do what I will do next is I will also continue relying on the support trend lines. So meaning what I will do is I will simply draw here a support trend line exactly from where it began, exactly just like that. And now we can drag the same support trend line and place it just right there, because right here we're having the nearest support trend line to the entry, which means we can actually expect from the market to continue the fall for about 36 pips before we can start buying the pair. However, the take profit level, of course, has to be placed just right there at the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry, which means the target is going to be at 1.09332, which means it's going to provide us about 140 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone, let me just zoom in. Oh my goodness. Let me just zoom in to show you the the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support at 1.07266, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 64 pips against 142 pips of profit. Moving now to the pound USD. Okay, so again, I'm so happy about the pound USD signal. Please let me know in the comments, my friends, if you have actually been able to make good profit with this signal. And of course, I forgot to mention that please, if you are enjoying these signals, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course, share the video. So, regarding the pound USD, let's now move to the weekly chart to identify the direction. I think everyone here can agree that this price action is a strong indicator for the continuation in the bullish movement. And if we actually look at the resistance trend line as well, right here, we can notice that the market indeed is actually breaking out from actually has already made the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance trend line, and therefore we can expect from the market to continue the rise after breaking out from that level of a resistance right there. So the market is actually right now on that level of a resistance, and after the breakout from that level of a resistance trend line, we can actually expect a major breakout from that level of a resistance as well. Therefore, I believe the pound USD is actually going to continue the rise. The question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. We have to highlight the strongest support levels even on the weekly chart. So right there exactly, we can notice exactly that we're having here that support level. These two support levels are actually the nearest one to that bullish breakout candle from the resistance right here. And we can see also that we're having here another support attempt. So let's now move even to the smaller time frame. Let's move to the daily chart. Let me get rid of this line first. Moving to the daily chart. Again, the daily chart shows us something very similar. We are having here a strong key support level, exactly right there at 1.21208. It became a resistance for only one single attempt. Then the market has made here the bullish breakout from that level. Now what we can see is that level of a support has indeed been respected. Interesting. So meaning that level is so strong and we can actually rely on it. And also it means that the pound USD is going to continue the rise. Now, the target has to be placed at least right there at the nearest resistance to our entry. Now, however, where is the entry then? Since we are actually knowing that the pound USD is most likely going to continue the rise till it reach that level of a resistance, which means the pound USD still has about 184 pips more to go. Now moving to the 4-hour time frame. So after identifying the direction on the weekly and daily charts, now we are going to the 4-hour time frame to identify where exactly we can place our buy order, and we have to be very precise. Now I will use again the support trend lines, and of course I'm going to draw the support trend line just like that. Exactly. As you can see, I have connected the support trend line from this lower low all the way to this higher low and this higher low. Now what I will do next is simply drag the same support trend line exactly just like that. Perfect. Now check out this perfect actually, my friends. Right now we're having here a support trend line. It became a support trend line right here, and then a bearish breakout. It became a real level of a resistance, a fake breakout right here. Then the same level of a support trend line has already become a resistance trend line, number 1, number 2. Then we had here the fake breakout, and again the same level of a real resistance has again been respected, and now it became finally a support trend line. Now which means the pound USD is most likely going to make another pullback, and it's going to fall again, respecting the same level of a support trend line, and afterwards it's going to continue the rise. Now what we need to find on the left side is a strong key support level, and we can actually rely on that level to start buying the asset. So therefore what I will do next is simply drag right here that level of a this line here, and as you can see, that support, my friends, at 1.22007 is most likely gonna be respected indeed, and it also gonna match up along with that support trend line, and afterwards is gonna continue the rise. That being said, we have to wait for the pound USD to fall for about 32 pips before we can start buying it. However, the safe zone is going to be ranging just till the lowest level of a support right there, and right here as well. These of course were the real levels of a support at 1.21316, and that means that the safe zone will be ranging for about 70 pips, I would say, against 222 pips of profit. Moving now to the AUD USD. Okay, again, I'm so happy about the signal of the AUD USD. The market has respected it, and the market went indeed in total of 110 pips of profit. Again, I want to know you guys from the comments if you have actually took this signal and made some good profits with it. Anyway, regarding the AUD USD, what we can see right here is really similar to what we have witnessed on the Pound USD and the Euro USD. Right now we're having here this resistance trend line. As we can see, the market has repeatedly respected that level of a resistance trend line. Then we had here the fake breakout. That level of a resistance trend line has been respected. Now another breakout is happening. Now, since the breakout has happened indeed from that level of a resistance, it tells us that the AUD USD is actually going to continue the rise, and most likely it won't stop until it reaches at least that level of a resistance, which means these two boys right there are going to be our target. Therefore, let me just highlight it, that this is going to be our take profit level, which means we have to wait for the AUD USD to rise for about 132 pips more. Now, let's move to the smaller time frame. Let's move to the daily chart. Now again, on the daily chart, we can see that this key resistance level is our target. However, where exactly we can start buying this pair? I mean, even on the daily chart, we can notice right here that we had also another bullish breakout candle, and the market has already retested that level, which means the market has already created here a support number 1, and that support zone right there has already been respected. Now, let's go to the smaller time frame, such as the 4-hour time frame, just to confirm where exactly we can place our buy order. To do that, I'm going, of course, to use the support trend lines. So again, what I will do is simply draw here a support trend line, just like that. Fantastic. This is the right way to draw the support trend line. Now, what I will do next is simply drag the same support trend line and place it just right there at the nearest support trend line to our entry. Check this out. We can see that the market indeed respected that level of a support trend line. It became a resistance trend line, and now it became a support trend line number 1, support trend line number 2. Now we have to wait for the market to fall again and respect again the same level of a support trend line. That means that we have to check on the left side if there was any strong key support level right there. So I'm scrolling right here and check this out. Exactly right there. That support exactly right here at 0.69449. It was, my friends, a very strong key support level. Every single time the market visited that level of a support, the market has reversed indeed and shows us a strength actually in that level, which means if we look at it, exactly, this is perfection. Wow, this is very nice. We can see how the market indeed has actually created right here a real level of a support. Then it has followed it later with that fake breakout, and now we can actually start buying exactly from that level, and you can actually expect from the market to fall a little bit more just to reach that level of a support trend line, and after what, it's gonna continue the rise, which means we have to wait for the AUD USD to fall for about 30 pips before we can start buying it. However, the take profit level is gonna be about 165 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support right there at 0.68736, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 70 pips against 164 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USD CAD. Again, USD CAD signal has reversed exactly from the edge of the safe zone. However, it has went all the way to the take profit level, making total of 94 pips. I hope you guys have taken this signal and have enjoyed these profits. And by the way, I have to highlight every single video that the edge of the safe zone is not a stop loss. This is not not a stop loss. You can place your stop loss somewhere outside of the safe zone, but I highly recommend don't close your trade in loss unless the candle has actually closed above the safe zone or outside of the safe zone, preferably on the 4-hour time frame. If the candle has actually closed as a strong bar or a full bar outside of the safe zone, in that scenario, we can consider this signal has lost, and you can close it sadly in loss, and we can recover in the other signals. However, since the candle did not exceed that level, we are still inside of the safe zone, which means this signal is valid. Let me now see what we can do next with the USD CAD. Now, as you can see on the weekly chart, now the market, my friends, seems like it's actually going to continue the fall. Now we can see that the market actually has made here a strong bearish breakout from that level of a support trend line, which means that support trend line has already been broken out from. Now it seems to me like after seeing this price action right here it seems to me like the market is actually going to continue the fall at least to reach that level of a support, and afterwards it actually might rise again to retest the broken level of a support trend line. But for the remaining days of this week, or actually for the next week, we are going to short the USD CAD, waiting for it to reach that level of a support, which indicates that this level, my friends, is indeed gonna be our target, which means also that the USD CAD still has about 140 pips more to go. So let's now move to the daily chart, just to confirm if the entry is accurate. Now we can see clearly that the market has already here created a resistance level, as we can see right here. This was of course a real level of a resistance, and as we can see, the same level of a resistance has already been respected. The USD sorry, the USD CAD, and since we are actually on the daily chart, keep in mind that each candle represents a whole day. So meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 continuous days, the USD CAD actually kept trying to break out from that level, which means that level of a resistance is so strong, and most likely the USD CAD is actually gonna give up and continue the fall upon the pressure from that level of a resistance. That means we have to consider shorting this pair. The question is where. Let me just tell you something also. Right here, we're having that support trend line, and as you can see, there exactly, the market has indeed made the breakout from that level of a support trend line. And those who have actually watched the video, which I have highlighted or actually mentioned in the beginning of this video, they know very well the strategy. They know very well that we're having here also another lower low, and we're having here another support trend line, and that candle right here, the last candle, represents actually the retest of that level of a broken level of a support trend line, which means that candle right here, we're actually going to rely on it to find the decent entry. So let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see exactly right there, this, my friends, was the last candle, exactly right here. These two candles right here represents the last daily candle, and therefore I believe that since we are having here a previous resistance, we can actually expect from the USD CAD to make a pullback, and the market will continue the rise and reach the same level of a resistance at 1.34302, and from there we can start shorting the USD CAD after it rises for about 35 pips. That level of a resistance is so strong, and that has been confirmed on the daily chart after seeing that the market kept actually trying to break out from that level for a continuous of 4 days. Therefore, we are actually going to make the take profit level exactly right there at 1.32550, meaning we can actually expect to make about 171 pips of profit. Now, for the safe zone, it shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a real resistance right there at 1.34939, which means the safe zone is also ranging for about 63 pips against 172 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD JPY, which unfortunately has failed, and sorry about that, my friends. Let's see now what we can do next in the market with the USD JPY. So moving to the weekly chart. Now the USD JPY has indeed made the historical breakout from that very long-term support at 130.212. That support was actually held the position since July 2022. And as we can see right now, finally the market has made the bearish breakout. Now, the USD JPY is actually going toward that level of a very strong key support level at 126.911. Now, what we can actually expect next is another bullish pullback. We can actually expect from the USD JPY to fall for about 80. So let me just now move to the daily chart. Now we can see that the market is actually approaching that level of a very strong key support level. And I want to confirm this entry using the trend lines as well. Always rely on trend lines, no matter how the market looks like. Therefore, as we can see, I have drawn here that support trend line, and all I'm going to do is simply drag the same support trend line and place it right there at the nearest resistance trend line. Check this out. The market has always been respecting that level of a resistance trend line, and now we can see that the market has made here the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance trend line. And actually, that bullish breakout has actually been created December 2021. Then after more than a year, the market actually took its time to retest the same level again. So I can actually now expect from that level to become a new support trend line. That's really interesting. Therefore, we have actually confirmed that the USD JPY has actually a potential to reverse exactly at 126.911. And if we do that, let's just go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I want to actually find the accurate entry, the exact entry to the exact level where exactly we can start buying this pair. I believe exactly at 127.134 we can start buying the USD JPY, and the safe zone is going to be ranging till the lowest level of the support ever happened, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 72 pips. Meanwhile, for the take profit level now, let's move back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we can see clearly that the nearest resistance or support to our entry is gonna be actually right there, right here. This was, my friends, actually no, wait a minute, exactly right there. Just to be more accurate, this level of a real resistance right there, which has already become a real level of a support, that's gonna be our target, which means we can actually expect to make approximately 217 pips profit from this signal. Let's now move to the USD CHF. Okay, so of course the USD CHF unfortunately didn't work. As you can see, the market has already broke out from that level. Let me see now what we can do next with the USD CHF. So let's get rid of the old signal, and now let's move to the weekly chart to identify the direction. Now that's ugly, because right now the market is actually stuck in the middle between a resistance and a support as well. So right now it's actually a bit confusing to find the real entry or the direction for the USD CHF. Seemingly it's confusing, but actually it's really not. Let's read the candles one by one. So we had right here a support trend line, as you can see, my friends. Now let's track these candles or the movement of these candles. So check this out, what happened. We can see that the market has actually made a breakout from that level of a support trend line. This was, of course, the support trend line. The market has made the breakout from that level, and there the market has reversed. I want to zoom in to show it to you. I want you guys to be able to read the chart so these movements won't be actually confusing to you. Now check what happened later. The market went down, reversed exactly on that level of a support, then went up all the way, retested the broken level of a support trend line, which means this candle right here, this wick right here, the long wick right here in the middle, represents actually the resistance trend line number one. It represents actually the born of a new resistance trend line. So that means we can actually expect from the USD CHF to continue the bearish movement right now, because the market has already created here a new resistance trend line. So after the appearance of the resistance trend line, the USD CHF is most likely gonna continue the fall. The question is where exactly we can start shorting this pair. Let's highlight this level of a resistance at 0.92939. Check this out. This was, of course, a real level of a resistance. It became also a fake breakout right here. Then it became a real level of a resistance right here and right there, and especially right there. This wick right here represents a real level of a resistance, and finally it became also a support and another attempt of a support. So moving now to the daily chart. Now check this out. That is exactly what I told you about. On the daily chart, we can see here the clear resistance trend line has actually appeared. This was, of course, the first attempt of a resistance trend line. And now, check out what happened later. The market has already reached that level of a resistance as 0.93159. Which means the USD CHF is indeed gonna continue the fall, especially seeing that we're having here a resistance trend line, and seems to me like the pair is indeed gonna be respecting that level. However, we have to wait for the USD CHF to rise again till it reaches the same level of a resistance trend line, and after that is gonna continue the fall. That means we have to actually lower this line to be exactly right there. Why? Because this right here and this right here and these three candles right there represents actually the nearest strong key resistance level to that level of a resistance and to that bearish breakout candle right here. That being said, we can actually start shorting the USD CHF after it rises for about 44 pips. And if you want to have a safe entry, I would recommend a take profit level, which should be actually the lowest level of a support exactly right there. Let me just be sure. Just right there, exactly. That's going to be our take profit level, and the safe zone is going to be ranging just a little bit above that level of a resistance right here, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 56 pips against 113 pips of profits. Moving now to the gold. Alright, so gladly the gold has went in the right direction, but unfortunately did not trigger our buy area. Let's see now what we can do next with the gold. So again, this is what I'm telling you every single video. When the gold reach above 1900, we always have to consider buying. When the gold is going above 1800, we have to always consider buying also. When the gold break out from 1900 and goes below, we have to consider shorting. If the gold break out below 1800, we have to consider shorting. These levels, my friends, are always critical. That being said, now since we are actually above 1900, the gold has finally been able to break the 1900 price. And I think, actually, to be honest with you, I was expecting from the gold to reverse exactly at that level. That should be the highest level of the gold. However, the gold is actually continuing the rise. That means that the gold is actually going to continue flying, and we have to consider buying the gold. Now the question is where? Let's find first of all the take profit level. How far are we expecting from the gold to continue the rise to? Let me just right here highlight the real level of a resistance exactly at 1957.64. This, my friends, has always been always a real level of a resistance. Then we have here the fake breakout happened. We thought that the gold is actually going to continue the rise after the appearance of that bullish breakout candle. However, the gold has indeed continued the fall, which means if the gold is going to be able to reach that level, this will be a resistance number one. That being said, I believe that this level of a resistance is going to be the target for the gold, and I think that the gold still has about 411 pips more to go. That being said, we have to find the perfect entry to start buying the gold. Let's first of all highlight that level of a support. We will need it. So on the weekly chart, we highlighted that actually a little bit higher. Should be actually 1900. Exactly right there. That level of a support at 1900 is actually a strong level of a support, and we can actually rely on it. Moving now to the daily chart. Again, on the daily chart, we can notice here that the same level of a support, this one right here, it eventually has to be respected, but the question is where exactly? We cannot see anything from the daily chart. Let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. We have to see things in detail, my friends. So right now, if I move to the 4-hour time frame and I scroll to the left side, all I need to do is simply find the nearest strong key support level to the entry and check this out. Perfect. This is perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Check this out. This level at 1907.16 has always been a very strong key support level. Even right here, it was a real level of a support. Then it became a real level of a resistance, which means this level is interesting. We can actually consider buying the gold from that level. But we need to find more confirmation. The gold is actually about 133 pips far away from that entry. Is there a way to confirm this entry? Absolutely yes. We need to use the trend lines. So what I'm going to do is simply draw my support trend line from this lower low to this higher low. Just like that. These levels, my friends, you can actually pick randomly. And to understand the reason why and how I'm doing that, you really need to watch that video which I have referred to in the beginning of the video. The video which talking about to find the perfect buy and sell setups for in Forex using trend lines. However, let me just make it array, so it's gonna make my life easier. Now what we can do next, my friends, is just simply drag the same support trend line, and wherever you place this line, check this out. Wherever you place this line, you will notice that the market has always respected that level as a resistance trend line or as a support trend line. Always. Now check this out. Fantastic. Look at this perfection. Now we can see that we had here a support trend line. It became a resistance trend line for only one attempt, and now the market has made here the bullish breakout, which means we can actually expect from the gold to fall again, and that level of a support trend line is most likely gonna be respected again. That means the gold is indeed going to continue the rise toward that level of a real resistance exactly at 1957.64, which means we will be buying the gold from 1906.61, and the target, of course, as you can see, is 503 pips. Actually, I'm telling you something. We are actually expecting from the gold to continue the rise to that level, but to actually be fair and to give very realistic levels, I'm going to select that level of a resistance as of my take profit level at 1943.70. I want to give you a realistic signal, therefore 370 pips is actually enough. However, the safe zone is going to be ranging just till the lowest level of the real support right here at 1891.47, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 150 pips against 370 pips of profit. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD pairs and for the gold for the next week. Of course, Monday is going to be a slow day for the USD because the banks in US are going to be closed in the observation of observing, of course, of the Martin Luther King Memorial Day, and we can actually expect a high volatility on the market on Tuesday. And again, I want to remind everyone, just because these signals are coming from Xtreme Trader, it doesn't mean that it's going to be 100% profitable. And again, I want to remind everyone to give a try to the VIP signals on Telegram. We are doing really so well. And right now we have noticed a growth in the joining in the signals. The people are talking about it. Actually, people talk. And they are actually telling each other about this service. I am sure Xtreme Trader very soon, within few years, are going to become the leader of Forex signals and going to be the best and the number one of it. And I cannot wait to see that day. So until then, I hope that it's informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.